Will Andre Onana return to the goal as Man United travels to Fulham? There is a new update that seems to suggest that he might not even be in the squad. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb, and here is the match, of course, a preview of that big one against Fulham away at the Craven Cottage. Now, there is a report I've read somewhere that suggests that Andre Onana was not seen with the Man United team that travelled to London to take on Fulham at the Craven Cottage. That is tomorrow. Now, this I cannot confirm yet because anything could have happened and maybe we'll join the team later. You don't know. We've not got all the details. Amorim, though, spoke before this game in the pre-match press conference. He was asked about the decision to bench Andre Onana for the Europa League match against Rangers, and he said it was a rotation. It was not anything about what the mistakes made in the previous game, but it was part of an initial plan to rotate the team because that's what he wants to do in all positions. I spoke about it here, talking about how the great coaches always want to have goalkeepers who start in the cup tournaments, but also those who run the marathon in the league. So the second choice goalkeepers in the big teams are always going to be important. So that's what he was trying to do, according to Amorim. But these reports, of course, are there. But tomorrow, of course, we'll get to know certainly whether Andre Onana will be there or not. But whatever the case, whether he's there or not, question is, will he start? If we go by Amorim's words and talking about the rotation, then probably it would mean that the rotation is to have Andre Onana play in the Premier League and Altel Bayindil play in the cup tournaments or in the Europa and in the FA Cup, which then would mean that Onana will definitely come back and start against Fulham. But if you think about realistically in terms of performances and how desperate Man United is for results, especially in the Premier League, you do want to have your best players play the games, especially if you're playing stubborn teams like Fulham. So, owing to that, my view is that it might be a little difficult for Ruben Amorim to really look beyond Altel Bayindil. He might be forced into making a response and a reaction because the pressure is there. It's beginning to mount. He's beginning to say some of the wrong things. At times now, he has begun to be more calculated in what he says. He doesn't give away so much to the media. You see, he learned a lesson from the mistake he made, calling this the worst 11 team, the worst United team in history. So you get a sense that he's under pressure to perform. So whichever goalkeeper will start will probably be the best at the time, and that's why my gut feeling is inclined to Altel Bayindil starting ahead of Andre Onana. But my gut is a bit inclined to that, but we'll see what will happen. But Andre Onana, I think, has got the message. He must have got the message clear. You've got to step up your game. You've got to be more consistent at this level. We cannot get away as a team we fight and we get away with such errors. Of course, there are bigger issues to deal with in the outfield departments because Onana has shown the potential to make world-class saves. So before Ruben Amorim adds the goalkeeping department to his worries, really, he wants to see his goalkeeper giving the very best he can. So that's clear. That's what, if I'm Ruben Amorim, that's what I'm demanding. I'm explaining to Andre Onana. I'm calling him to my office and I'm telling him that you're a top goalkeeper. We know it. You've saved us, but the errors you're making are unacceptable. They're unacceptable. We've got the team. The team is relying a lot on you because most of the kids up front either are young and new, or some of the players are old and aging out. The club is in a transition, and a top player like you has got to step up their game consistently so that the team bounces off you. That's now leadership by action. So that's what I believe Ruben Amorim will be telling Andre Onana and maybe give him a chance to redeem himself. If he doesn't, then it's done. So we'll wait and see. But it's not just the goalkeeping department. While we look at who is the best option to stop the goals coming to Man United, we've also got to look at the best option to score them goals. Because, guys, our strikers are not scoring enough goals. Zirkzee has scored only 3 goals. He has had a few chances and shots on goal, not clinical. For Hojlund, it's a gone case. He was rested for the previous game. I don't know whether to start him for the Fulham game. But if the past games are anything to go by, Zirkzee is even a slightly better option than Rasmus Hojlund, yet he is not scoring goals either. So there's a job to be done when it comes to scoring goals. And Amorim might want to ease the pressure and want to suppress the whole pressure by claiming that it's a team responsibility, which is true, of course. The team has got a responsibility to get the goals, but the strikers have got to play their part. They've got to step up their game. They strike every part, every department has got to click. Every player in this team, if you're going to talk to Andrew Onana about doing his job defensively, you've got to talk to the strikers as well about scoring them goals. Exactly, that's what is supposed to be done, because everyone has got a duty, to do on the pitch. So I want to see what response we are going to see from the team, from the individuals especially. For me, going into this game, my focus is more on the individuals and how much they play their part. I feel like Bruno tries to play his part. I feel like Lisandro Martinez lately trying to play his part and more lately, because his part would be mostly to defending, but he's even assisting and scoring important goals. He's playing his part and more. I'm seeing the midfield trying to earn their money. I'm seeing Toby Collier coming in and playing a part. Ugarte, when he's there on the pitch, you can see him trying to play his part. Ahmad is playing a part. Garnacho is trying. He's putting in an effort to play his part. Is Zirkzee, whose part is mainly to score goals, and Hojlund, are they doing enough? Is Andrew Onana, whose job is to stop the goals from coming, are they doing enough? That's how you create the chain and make it solid. We need to see these responses against a tough opponent in Fulham. Anything short of that, I'll be back here and calling these players out. Trust you me on that one. You can rely on me on that. So let's wait and see. But as going game proper, I think I sort of feel like if Amorim tries to trust the young players a bit, you see the way he did against Rangers, and you may say Rangers is no Fulham. The intensity of the game was a bit lower, and but I feel like there was a certain freshness to the team and calmness to the boys, and there was a hunger, because that was a largely young squad that we fielded, and energy. The youth need a chance. Give them more. I feel if you can give as many of those young players that started against Rangers time as many of them time as it did as possible, my view is that Fulham will have a physical tussle, and when that is right, probably we'll have a chance. My name is Webb, United Sport. I won't predict Man United losing. No, we're not losing. We are not losing. But that's it. I'll be catching you again later. Cheers.